In this segment, we're going to go over using and installing the license plate kit. When you're hauling bikes, they can frequently obstruct visibility of your license plate. So we created the license plate kit in order to easily move the plate from your vehicle onto the bike rack where it can be easily visible for cars that are approaching behind you. If you ordered your license plate kit with the rack, it'll come pre-installed here, the left tray of the rack on the driver's side of the vehicle. Most of the other accessories come packaged in a small box. This one comes pre-installed on the rack, so look for it there. We install these black brackets for you on the rack, and then the rest of the components you will do installation for once you receive them. Your license plate kit after we had sent you your rack, you will need to install the tray brackets onto the left side tray of your rack. So we'll go over that right now. There's a couple of pieces that you'll get in this baggie. There's 4 bolts and 2 of these little black brackets. You're going to want to use the bracket with the smaller hole on the left side, just like we've been doing for the rest of this. So take 2 of your bolts and your bracket with the smaller hole, and that's the one that we're going to install first. So you'll orient the bracket this way, and we're using a 3/32 Allen. Again, if you have some blue Loctite, this is a great time to use that. And just tighten those up so they're nice and snug. Then you'll repeat on the other side with the bracket with the larger hole. Again, orientation is going to be sort of facing the L bracket facing in. So these 2 components separate off of each other. You'll need a flathead screwdriver, and that'll allow you to separate the vehicle bracket from the license plate bracket. So this bracket goes onto the back of your vehicle. It's going to mount here with the mounting hardware that your license plate is currently using. So we can go over the steps for how to do that, and then we can show how the plate mounts onto the plate bracket. The first step in installing your license plate kit will be removing the hardware from your current license plate off of your vehicle. So in this case, mine uses a Phillips head screwdriver. So I'm going to go ahead and back those bolts out. So once you've removed your license plate, the next step will be installing the vehicle bracket in its place. You want the small hole here to be on the left side of the vehicle. You can see in comparison to the hole on this side, this one's quite a bit larger. So orient the small hole to the driver's side like so, and replace those bolts that you removed from your license plate. So those are just going to go back on. If you've got a little bit of blue Loctite, now is a great time to use that. And just make sure you get these nice and snug, as you won't really be taking this part on and off with any frequency. Alright, once you have installed the vehicle bracket, the next step is to install your license plate onto the plate rod. So you can see there's a couple of threaded holes here, and there's the bolts that we've removed earlier. So you're just going to want to reinstall, and again, just like you did on the vehicle bracket, you want the small pin on the left side of your plate and that larger pin on the right side. So we're going to orient like so. And get these started. Again, this is a great time to use some blue Loctite if you've got it. And then you'll finish these off with a flathead screwdriver. Now you've got your plate mounted to your bracket. That'll allow you to mount onto the vehicle and quickly remove it and swap onto the rack for travel. Between these combinations, you should always be able to have your plate visible and not obstructed by your bicycle when it's in transport. To remove the license plate kit from the rack, you'll kind of want to use 2 fingers and push on these protruding pins. There's one on the top and the bottom here. So you just want to give this piece some equal force, just like that. It makes it slide nice and easy. And then to reinstall, you'll seat this end first here. And then again, give those pins a little squeeze and make sure it's snapped back into place. I always like to just kind of verify that I can feel the pin in place. The last thing you want to do is lose your license plate kit while you're driving down the road. So when the rack is in the stowed position, you can see this displays your license plate quite clearly. But what if you're hauling a bike? So if you want to rotate the plate so that it's visible when you're hauling, when the rack is depressed like this, you'll want to kick the plate over to your left and rotate down. You can see that'll give the plate an orientation that's visible when you're hauling bikes. So you might be wondering if you would want to move the license plate kit between tray 1 or tray 2 if you have additional add-ons. There are tapped holes here where you can install additional brackets if you would like to. However, it's not a critical requirement. As you can see, if you have the rack folded down and you're standing, 15 or so feet behind the vehicle, as an approaching car would be, you can see that you can still have full visibility of the plate. So we sell this as a few different product configurations on the website. If you need the entire kit, that's the tray mount license plate kit. Comes with everything you need to mount the plate. Take it from your vehicle to your rack and back. If you only need to add the license plate to an additional vehicle, you would want the license plate bracket. That's just this. It doesn't have the tray mount pieces included. And if you just want to add the license plate to additional trays on your rack, you would want the tray mount license plate bracket.